Hey friends! In today's video, we are talking about the best and the worst new makeup at Sephora. I asked you guys over on my community post on YouTube which new products you wanted me to pick up and test and try to either maybe influence you to buy or to save you the money. So let's go ahead and jump right in. I do want to preface this by saying some of these products are like brand new. In some cases, one of these products hasn't even launched yet. And then some of them I found on Sephora's new makeup page. If you go to Sephora and filter for new makeup, it lists a ton, hundreds of products that are new. I did notice some of them have been out for maybe 5 or 6 months, but technically they're still new makeup at Sephora. So just letting you know that some of these are brand new and some of these are maybe 5 or 6 months old, in case I get into those comments like this isn't new, this launched 6 months ago. That is why. Okay, let's go ahead and jump right in. We're going to start first with the Armani Skin Tint. Now, I have actually wanted to try this for quite some time. It has been out for a hot minute. I've seen this at Sephora. I've walked by it many times. I've avoided buying it because the last thing I need is another skin tint. But when I was planning this video, I thought, hey, this is the perfect reason and excuse to buy this product and try this product. Now, I picked up the shade L3 and it's pretty much a perfect match. This product is a very sheer skin tint. It has hyaluronic acid, niacinamide in it. It's meant to plump and smooth out the skin, but really not provide a ton of coverage. It's also supposed to illuminate the skin. And let me tell you my thoughts on this. I think this is a good product for what it's intended for. Very lightweight, very little, if hardly any coverage, hydrating and illuminating the skin. It really does all of that. Now, I was a little disappointed because I was hoping that I would get a tiny bit more coverage out of this. Again, those were kind of my false expectations because it clearly did say it's not coverage, it's lightweight and very light sheer coverage. But again, I was just hoping for a little bit more. I will say this is great for those of you that really don't want the look of makeup. You just want your natural skin to show through, but maybe you want to even out. Maybe you have a slight bit of redness or discoloration that you just want to even out, but not completely hide or completely cover. This will do it for you. Now, I paired this on top of my Elastin Skin Tint. I get some good, decent coverage from my Elastin Skin Tint. It has my SPF in it. And I was thinking maybe with that and this, it would kind of be enough for me, but I still felt the need to apply more coverage after applying this. So I will say it's a good product for what it's intended. I was hoping to get a little bit more coverage. I'm slightly disappointed simply in that aspect, but it didn't really disappoint me and deliver anything less than it promised to. So again, if you're looking for something really sheer, very lightweight, because I will give this credit, this is very lightweight, this will do it for you. And you can probably just apply this with your fingers. I applied it with a brush. You can apply it with your fingers because it truly does feel more like a skincare product than like makeup. Next, let's talk about the Armani Luminous Silk, the reformulation of this product. As we know, this is not a new foundation. This has been around for over 20 years, but this is the newly reformulated version of it. And I have actually been testing this and wearing this for about maybe 2 weeks now. So what's the difference? They extended the shade range, first of all. They also added skincare ingredients like niacinamide in it. So it's supposed to have additional skincare benefits over the original. Now, it's still supposed to deliver that luminous glow that the original delivers, and it's supposed to be very long wearing. I love this foundation. I think it is beautiful. I do find it to be a little different than the original though, and this is how I find it to be different. So this one does feel like, to me, it gives more of a luminous kind of dewy look to the skin, whereas the original gives more of a radiant finish to the skin. Now, what's the difference? That's so confusing, right? To me, a radiant finish means that it reflects light. The skin has a radiant, light reflective glow to it, but it doesn't look wet or dewy. Like, it doesn't look, if I were to touch it, it would have a really hydrating, like wet look. It's more like a matte radiance, if that makes sense. Where this leaves the skin looking dewy, looking freshly moisturized. It does have more of a dewy, luminous glow, I think. That's the main difference. Neither one are matte. They're both like, of course, this one's not matte. I just told you this is a luminous glow, but the original is not matte by any means. I don't want you to think that's a matte foundation, but it dries down more. Of the two, if you made me pick, I would pick the original simply because I live in Texas and it's so hot here like most of the year. And so I really love foundations that to me feel like they dry down, feel a little more matte and set than feel dewy. You know, if you live in a cold, dry climate, or if you have really dry skin, you will love this. It is beautiful. I have it on today. I think it's gorgeous. I do set it with a little bit of powder, but I think it's a beautiful foundation. I think they did a great job, but I definitely think it's different. By the way, you guys, I am wearing the shade 5.15. I can kind of go, there's a range of shades that I can wear in this foundation, and they're just very flexible. They blend in the skin beautifully. So I think that most of us will find there's a little bit of a range, which is nice because if you're ordering online, don't like panic that you have to get like the one perfect shade, because the chances are that a couple will work, and this one is one that works for me really well. Okay, let's jump into a product that was highly requested by you guys. It was the Prada Concealer. This is the brand new Prada Concealer, and I picked up the shade LW3. Okay, and I want to read you a few things that I pulled directly from the marketing benefits of this product, and then I'm going to talk about my personal experience. So this is a blurring concealer with a peptide complex. It has medium coverage, radiant finish, micro filter pearls that deliver that radiant finish, which I thought was really interesting. And the peptide complex is for reducing the appearance of lines. So we have skincare ingredients in here. I love that it's described as a blurring concealer. I love that it has those micro filter pearls, because that is going to give you that radiance, but also be able to like dry down and set. So here are my thoughts. This concealer is very lightweight. It's very, very lightweight, which is a pro for any of us, I think, over the age of 40 to even 35 or so. I feel like the lighter the concealer, the better. Medium coverage, I would definitely say gives medium coverage. In some cases, I feel like I need a little more coverage. Some days when I didn't get enough sleep, or maybe I didn't have the best, choices in my nutrition the day before, and you wake up just feeling and looking a little tired. This I feel like would not give me enough coverage. I would need to build it, or I would need to use something a little bit more full coverage. But for an everyday concealer, I think it's beautiful. It also has this really interesting applicator, and I kind of figured this out as I was applying it. I noticed that it wasn't applying as much as I wanted. I had to kind of dip back in and apply more, which could be a pro because it's going to prevent you from over applying your concealer, which I think is a mistake that a lot of us make. I make that mistake probably more times than I don't. But if you notice on the applicator, there's like that. Do you see how all the product is concentrated in that little circular like shape at the tip? It's like there's a little divot or something in there that just picks up product there. So you see that you don't see an excessive amount of product all over the applicator or on the wand. It's very controlled to that little area. So I think that little area really controls how much it picks up and applies, which can definitely be a benefit. It can definitely be a benefit because it makes it very difficult to over apply this product. I think that this is a great concealer. I do love it. My only kind of disclaimer would be that it's not full coverage. It's definitely medium, not light, but not full. It's really right there in between. And I'm wearing the shade, like I said, LW3, and it is a perfect match for me. I'm very proud of myself that I ordered this online and I got it right. Okay, let's jump into this product. This product wasn't even on my radar, you guys, but this was requested from me, so I picked it up. It's the Huda Beauty new Easy Bake Pressed Powders, and I picked up the shade Peach Cupcake. And I had kind of high expectations of this. I was a little let down. Let me pop over to Sephora real quickly and see how they describe this product, because I'm really curious what benefits they have versus what I experienced. Okay, so this is fragrance-free. It's supposed to deliver a matte finish, which would make sense from a powder. They describe it as a non-comedogenic, super fine talc and fragrance-free pressed powder with up to 12-hour shine control for a non-caking airbrush matte finish. Coverage is medium. Okay, nothing really jumped out in here. I don't see any claims for blurring. I don't see the word blurring anywhere. I do see the word airbrush, which makes me think blurring. I didn't find this to be particularly blurring like her loose powder. I really love her loose powder. I didn't really care for this. It wasn't bad. It wasn't good. It just was kind of bah. I would skip this, honestly. It just left the skin a little more dry matte looking than velvety matte or blurred matte to me. I just think that there are other better options out there. Again, I love her loose. Her loose is fantastic, but this one I was a little disappointed with. Okay, this might be the one I was most excited to try. Of everything I ordered, this one I was so excited about. The new Dior bronzer sticks, you guys. I got the shade 03 Light Medium, and it definitely works. I'm curious to try the lighter shade though. I went in store and they don't have these in store in my area yet. It's only online. I do want to mention this. Look, watch this, you guys. I'm gonna try and open it. And I pull the bottom off always. Like, this is apparently a refill. Like, you can apparently refill these. I didn't know that. I know that now. Every time I try and open it, the top doesn't come off, but the bottom does. So I don't know if that's just mine, but whenever I open it, I have to kind of like shimmy the top off. Now, I love Dior. I think they make beautiful products. I like this. I wasn't like wowed by it. And I really expected to be wowed by it because it's Dior, because I love their powder bronzer. I love their foundation stick that they make like this. Because of the price of it, I had high expectations. And I would give this a good 8 out of 10. It was an 8 out of 10 for me. It wasn't a 10 out of 10. I mean, it wasn't bad. There was nothing bad I could point out about it. It just didn't quite blend as buttery and as like creamy as other formulas. I would have loved to see this be as like buttery as the Charlotte Tilbury Glow Time blush sticks, the peachy glow that I love. Like, that formula is just so perfect for me. And I was hoping that this was going to be a little closer to that. Again, I want to call out some marketing benefits. On Sephora.com, they describe it to be long wearing, natural finish, hydrating with buildable coverage. I would say it does check all those boxes. I did wear this yesterday, a full day, and it looked great all day. But again, the texture and the experience of blending it out was just kind of like a little better than average, but not exceptional, if that makes sense. Would I discourage you to buy it? No, I think that, I think if you love makeup and you're here and you're a makeup enthusiast like me, it's not like you will be, it's not a total waste of money. I'm not doing very good here. I just think, again, it's an 8 out of 10. So take from that what you will. Okay, you guys, let's talk about a blush that I would say for me is a 10 out of 10. I was very excited about this. This is the Tarte Macaroon Blush and Glow Duo, and I got the shade Toasted Coconut. It was really difficult for me to pick what shade I wanted to get. So this is a cream and also a powder blush, and I love both formulas, you guys. They are really, really nice. This shade Toasted Coconut is a really pretty, just everyday kind of rosy pink, not too peachy, not too cool tone pink. It's definitely a little warmer, but I really love this. The powder has a little bit of a radiant finish to it, but it's not glittery. It's not too shimmery. It's really beautiful. So this product does have peptides in it. It has hyaluronic acid in it and also has maracuja oil in it. These are a good 9.5 out of 10 for me. And I don't know why I'm not giving it a 10 out of 10. I love it. I can't complain about anything about it. I'm hesitant to give that perfect score for something like, unless it's like, the Bobbi Brown Smokey Eye Mascara or like a Holy Grail thing. But this is really, really beautiful. I highly recommend this. I'm going to grab it in a couple shades for sure. I also want to mention I applied a cream by itself. I applied the powder by itself. And then I applied the two layered together, putting the cream down first and the powder on top. And everything looks really beautiful. The cream has a good buildable pigment to it. So you do get color right off the bat, but you can also build it to get more. It's very easy to work with, very easy to blend. The powder has great pigment. It wasn't too sheer, but it wasn't too much either. And then when I layered the two together, they worked really well. For the cream side, I'll use the BK Beauty 109, which I loved. For the powder side, I used the 112, which I also loved. You could use the 112 for both. I wouldn't use the 109 for powder just because it might pick up too much, but really fantastic product. Love it. Highly recommend. Okay, let's talk about a blush fail for me. And I'm disappointed to say this, you guys, but Makeup by Mario launched these jelly jars. They're a lip and cheek balm. I got the shade Rose Crush. Now, I have some good things to say about this and I have some negative things to say about it. So this is for the cheeks and the lips. It's got this jelly kind of like cushiony texture to it. It's really fun and unique, kind of very sensory. It smells incredible. To me, it smells like grapes or like, I don't know, something yummy, like a sweet, yummy treat. So I like that. I know not everybody likes that though. I like this on the lips, okay? It does give a beautiful tint to the lips. It feels really great on the lips. I don't love it on the cheeks. To me, it's too wet and tacky and sticky on the cheeks. I don't like it. It's way too shiny looking. It doesn't look like a glow. It looks like grease to me. I just didn't love it. It's also very, very sheer. On the cheeks, I feel like you don't see much of anything until you layer and layer and layer it. And then by that point, it just looks like you have a sticky like mess on your cheeks. I don't love it on the cheeks. I don't know. Let me know if you've tried this and you disagree with me. I am open to your opinions. You can disagree with me all you want. Nothing but love here. This is just my opinion, but I would probably skip it. Again, I said I think it's great on the lips, but is this the product that I'm actually going to use my finger and apply on my lips? No, it's not. But yeah, if they had put this in like a little lipstick formula, I would have loved this for the lips, but that's just my opinion. If anyone else has tried this, come on and let me know if you agree or disagree with me, please. Okay, I actually have 2 more blushes, but we're gonna jump over because these other ones were ones you requested, but we're gonna jump over and mix it up so you guys don't get bored. Okay, let's talk about a 11 out of 10 for me. Very excited about this and discovering this because it is the new YSL Latex Mascara, I think. It's got latex in the name, something like that. This is fantastic, you guys. This is described as a lengthening and sculpting mascara. It also is supposed to hydrate the lashes, which is really nice. This mascara is very unique, I will tell you that. Let's look at the brush together. So this is what the brush looks like. It's just a nice little brush, tiny little teeth. They do a great job of really grabbing and separating every lash. I feel like you really do get good length pretty quickly with this. It's not a mascara that you have to build and build and build. It really does separate the lashes beautifully. No clumps, really sculpts and shapes them, and you can fan them out. It is fantastic. It's also sweat resistant, which I love because, I put a little mascara on before I go to the gym and I don't want that to be all over my eyes when I'm halfway through my workout. So I highly recommend this. It's fantastic. It's definitely one of the better mascaras that I've tried over the last year. How it compares to Bobbi Brown Smoky Eye, because I feel like I'm gonna get that question since the Bobbi Brown is my holy grail. It's different. It's as good but different. Bobbi Brown I think gives more volume. Bobbi Brown gives volume and length and a very wispy full lash, right? This gives a lot of length. It does thicken the lash, but it doesn't give that voluminous wispy look that the Bobbi Brown does, if that makes sense. They're just different. They're both fantastic though. If you're gonna ask me which one I had to pick, I'd still pick the Bobbi Brown, but I do love that this is sweat resistant. I do love that. So yeah, they're both great. I think you will love them both, but give this a try if you have any interest in trying it. I don't think you'll be disappointed. Okay, let's jump over to an eyeliner, and I've actually been using this for a few months. I bought this when they originally launched, which is a little minute ago. These are the new Sephora Creal Eyes Up Creamy Kajal Longwear liners, and I have the shade Copper. I actually bought a couple shades. I love these, you guys. These are long wearing. They're supposed to be smudge proof, but I do want to say that if you want to smudge it, you have time to smudge it before it completely dries and sets, which is typical and what you would hope for in a creamy Kajal liner. I love these. They're so good. Very easy to apply. They also have this really nice little brush on the back. And you know, I obviously love my BK Beauty brushes, and I still use my N12, and that's the one I would tell you to get with this. I'm a little biased because I'm the founder of BK Beauty, but I will say, in a pinch, if I don't have that brush around me, I can use the back of this and it actually will give me a little wing out. I find that a lot of these like brush applicators that are added on to makeup products usually to me are garbage. They're not great. They're just like gimmicky. This one is not. It actually works pretty well. So I wanted to kind of say that. I love Sarah Creal products. I think she makes very beautiful formulas for women over 40, and this is definitely one of them. So love it. Okay, let's jump over to a new eyeshadow stick that is launching from Anastasia Beverly Hills. And I'm actually not sure when this is launching. It's on the website. It's coming soon at Sephora. These were sent to me in PR. They sent me all the shades, which is so nice. I love Anastasia Beverly Hills products. I'm a big fan of many of their products. Their more recent launch of the Impeccable Blurring Foundation. Oh, love that foundation. And I'm saying all of that because I'm about to not have the best things to say about this product. So Anastasia Beverly Hills, if you're watching, please don't kick me off your PR list. I love your products, but this one just didn't hit for me. I'm sorry. So these are long wear cream shadow sticks, and you know I love cream shadow sticks. It's one of my favorite formulas. They're easy to apply. They should be very creamy and just glide onto the skin, and they should, once they set, they should stay in place. I just love the ease of them. You know, I like to look put together like this every day, but I don't like to spend 30 minutes on my makeup. And I think cream shadow sticks really allow you to do that. Now, you guys know my holy grails are the Bobbi Brown long wear cream shadow sticks. I think that those are the best that I've tried. And I kind of compare any other formula to that one, and this was a far cry from that. So I just found these to be a little dry. They didn't really glide on my skin like I had hoped them to. I was able to blend them out, but they do completely dry down and stay in place, which is really nice, but I just wanted something creamier. I wanted something creamier that I felt like I really had to tug a little bit, which I didn't love. And I tried both the shimmer formula and the matte formula because they have two, because sometimes that'll have an impact on the formula and its performance, if it's creamy and matte or if it's shimmery. But both of them I just didn't love. So if you still want to try these though, my favorite shades are Champagne Ice, Dusty Rose, and Cocoa Drip. So let me swatch these for you real quick. This is Cocoa Drip, really pretty. It's so odd because on my hand, on this skin, they apply it so beautifully. But on my eyelid, I just didn't get that. And I also want to say today was the first day that I used them. So, you know, maybe I need to give more time and play around with them. This is the shade Dusty Rose, and this is the shade Champagne Ice. But they were just very different on my hand versus my eyes. So yeah, that's kind of my thoughts. I'm sorry, on Anastasia Beverly Hills, I do love you. Okay, let's go ahead and move on. Let's jump back to a blush. This was something that was requested by you guys. This wasn't even on my radar, but I do love NARS products, so I picked it up to try it. This is the multiple stick. So this can be used on the eyes, the cheeks, the lips. And I got the shade Behave. Now, I do want to say I really had to like take one for the team here when I bought this because you guys wanted me to review it. I went to Sephora, I grabbed their testers and I swiped them on my hands and it was horrible, like not good at all. And I was like, I'm not buying this. Like, I already know I'm going to hate it. Why am I going to buy it? But I'm like, no, I need to buy it because they want me to buy it. So I bought it. And I'm glad I did. I'm glad I did because I actually really like this. The testers must have, you know how those testers are at Sephora, you guys. Sometimes you look at them and they're just gross. You can see the dust settling all over the lipsticks. And not that I ever try lipsticks on. I'm going to just say that. Not that I ever try lipstick on my lips, but you can just see the dust settling on the cream products and it's just disgusting. I think that might have been the case. They were really dried out. out because, you know, the lid's not on them. They're exposed to the air. The ones that Sephora may have been dried out, because this brand new one applied completely different than the one at Sephora. I got the shade Behave and I love it, you guys. It's this really nice powdery blurring stick. It's very nice and easy to apply. It's creamy, but very lightweight. It's not heavy. It's not sticky at all. Once you kind of blend it out, it shears out so beautifully. It has this really cloud-like finish, blurring finish, and it dries beautifully and it's gorgeous and it's very easy to control the color. Behave is beautiful. It's kind of this, like, I would say it's like a peachy pink, really gorgeous shade. I haven't tried this on my eyes, but I tried it on my cheeks. Love it. I tried it on the lips and I like the way it looked. I didn't love the way it felt on the lips. I like a glossier feel on the lips, and this is not that. This is very lightweight, kind of silicone-y feel, mattifying. It looked really pretty, but I definitely wanted to pop a gloss on top. But for blushes, I love this. I think it's easy to apply. Super swipe it on your cheeks, blend it out with your finger. This is one of those products that I think is foolproof. Love it. Okay, you guys, moving right along, let's hop over to a 10 out of 10 gloss for me. I love my lip glosses. I saw that Lancome launched these brand new, like, what are they called? Lippy Doll Juicy Treats. I got the shade 33. These are fantastic. I love these. Really great pigment. They feel incredible on the lips. I mean, they feel like a gloss, but they feel more of like a mask feeling on the lips. They really do. It feels like a mask on the lips. It's beautiful. It smells incredible. It has this light pepperminty scent to it. I love the applicator. It's just got this little curve, so it fits the lip perfectly. Great color, a color that you can wear by itself. You don't need to have a lipstick underneath it. I would put a little lip liner on to shape the lips, but then just apply this. This was my favorite color. I swatched all of them, and this one I think is a winner. This will probably be the best seller if I had to guess. Love it. 10 out of 10 for me on this one. Okay, we're almost done, you guys. Let's talk about the Glossier Cloud Paint Plush Blush. Again, a product not on my radar at all, but this was one that you guys asked me to pick up. So I wandered over to Glossier and I saw them. They felt very interesting to me when I swatched them. It's a powder. It's a very sheer, buildable payoff. So, and this also is very blurring. It's a very blurring blush on the skin. Like, it just blurs and smooths the appearance of a texture. It's gorgeous and it's very sheer. I feel like this is a great blush for girls that like, and I'm saying girls because I'm thinking of my girls. I'm thinking of teenagers, tweens, the girls that are just getting into makeup and don't want to look like they have a lot of blush on. This will give a very, very natural flush from within look to the skin. It's not going to give a glow because it is mattifying, but it's very sheer. It's very easy to sheer out. You can also build it up though if you want more color. I have it on this side of my cheeks right here, and I did kind of build it up for that. It's really nice. I like these. I really, really like these. I also think these would be a great blush to layer on top of a cream if you like to do that. It's for longevity reasons. This would be nice because it is so sheer. You're not going to over apply and get too much color. So I think I'd say this is a good, like, 8.5 out of 10. Really nice for what it is. It's unique. It's a unique blush, and for that, I give it a lot of points and a lot of credit. Okay, let's talk about this little highlighter. This was something that I just found on Sephora, Sephora, and I thought I'd pick it up. It's the Gleam and Glow highlighter. So it's got this little sponge tip applicator in it, and you just kind of sponge it on the face. You can blend it out with your fingers. I grabbed the shade 04 on top, and this is good. It's good. It's good for a liquid highlighter, illuminator. It's very easy to work with. It's very light and sheer. Yeah, it's good. It's not bad. It's not something I'd run and go get. This isn't a product I would be like, oh, this is amazing. You have to have it. It's a beautiful liquid illuminizer. No, I would give this a good, like, maybe 7 out of 10. But yeah, I thought I would share this. If you're looking for an affordable liquid luminizer, this is one to try. Okay, you guys, the last product that I have to share is from Saie. It's the City Set. It's a lightweight setting spray. This setting spray is alcohol-free. It also has humectants in it, so it's really going to hydrate and plump the skin and give a glow. It also is going to make your makeup stay on all day long. So if you're looking for a long-wearing setting spray that's hydrating and does not have alcohol, I would recommend this. It really does give a pretty glow to the skin. And it doesn't have a scent to me. Let me see. Yeah, it's no scent at all. It's very gentle. If you have sensitive skin, I think that this is a great setting spray for you. It's not going to irritate the eyes. Again, no alcohol. It's not going to irritate the eyes. And it's got a nice mist to it. It's very, very, very fine. So you're not going to oversaturate your skin. I've been using this for a couple weeks and I really love it. Actually, they sent this to me in PR a few weeks ago, and they sent me a little mini one too, so it comes in 2 sizes. Okay, friends, that wraps up this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Drop any comments that you have down below. If you have any more comments about these products that I didn't cover, I'd be happy to jump in and answer any other points that I didn't address. If you have new products that you are loving at Sephora, at Ulta, at anywhere, drop a comment, let me know. I want to start doing these videos monthly, maybe, or maybe every other month, depending on how many new releases are out. And so I would love to know what other products I should be picking up and trying. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.